tutorial. For this first tutorial, we are going to learn how we can edit our vimrc file to help turn it into a more powerful Python IDE. In order to do that, we're going to fire up Vim itself and edit a vimrc file. Now this file might not exist on your computer currently, but that's okay. We're going to add some values to it. So this vimrc file describes to Vim the kind of settings that you want it to use. So the first setting we're going to add is set new. This setting will give us line numbers. Currently you can see we don't have any, and the comment style for this file is just a double quote, and I like to annotate my vimrc file so that way I can understand the changes I've made. So we're going to do add line numbers. We'll hit escape to leave insert mode, colon to go into command, and then WQ to save and exit. Now if we open this file again, we will see here on the left line numbers. This will make it easier when we start programming and get syntax errors to correct those errors that are referenced by line number. We're going to make a few more additions. We are going to turn on syntax highlighting with syntax on. Since we're going to be programming in Python, we're going to want to ensure that we use the correct set of tabs, where when we hit tab, instead of adding a tab character, we add 4 spaces. Tab things. So here we want to set equal 4. So these settings here will ensure that our tabs are correctly considered as 4 spaces, as well as automatically formatting files that we might encounter and set them to expand the tabs into 4 spaces. So let's go ahead and see this in action. Let's make a Python file. We'll just do vim.py as just a kind of placeholder. Now let's see if we can type some Python. I'd go in insert mode, print hello world. We're also going to test now this indentation. And then now that I am in non-command mode, you can see here, or you can see now that we have these 4 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, where it's not a single character, but I can move the arrows and select the individual spaces that have been put in. So that kind of lets us know that things are working. We'll save and exit, and then to run this file, we'll do python foo.py, and we have our hello world and our list printed. I noticed that I wasn't getting auto indentation, so I might need to add a additional thing or two. And one more. This should give us auto indentation, which will just make things handier. So let's go ahead and go back to foo.py. Let's add a 2, if x greater than 3. Still don't have it yet. Let's see. This is now where we are going to fire up the Google machine here. Vim auto indent Python. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's try adding this. There we go. So now when I hit enter, I automatically indented over 4 lines, which is the next little logical block of code here. Let's see if things work. Okay, so we get a name error here. Hopefully, Python has told us that it's at line 5 is where our error is. So we will now, because our line numbers are on, we can find this line easily. We see it's line 5. And if you don't remember what the error is, but you've opened up the file and you think, darn it, now I have to open it again, a little trick you can do is do : exclamation point. This will bring you back to your shell where you can see what the error was. And here we have name error, name x is not defined. These name errors arise when you attempt to call a variable without defining it first. So in order to go back to our file, we can press enter. And here, Python's not understanding what x is. We haven't defined what x is. It's not surprising that we're getting this error. We'll define x to be 1. Let's go ahead and run this again now. And things print fine. We didn't get x greater than 2 since x is 1. Let's try changing that to 3. And we get that statement printed. And now we have Vim set up to be a helpful IDE, which will help us auto-indent as well as syntax highlight. Here you can see certain keywords are highlighted yellow for the for, the I. We can get some syntax highlighting also for Python keywords, like type will automatically highlight, and if we define a function, we will get syntax highlighting for that as well. So these are just useful tools that will help us later in helping to identify syntax errors and ensuring that our code is formatted correctly. Thank you for your attention, and I will link in the description a text file that is the vimrc. Thank you.